sports fans. This is Pay-Try TV and I'm Tinito Hanson.
I'm Diane Casillo. Here in our show, we talk to the greatest about the latest in sports, and one of the latest things in basketball is the Bay Area Dragons visiting the Philippines, representing Greater China, playing in the next PBA conference. How exciting is that, Tinito?
It's an amazing development because the Bay Area Dragons will be based in Manila for about 240 days. They will be playing not just in the PBA second conference, but also in the EASL inaugural season that will open on October 12th. And Diane, we've got a lot of these players and also the coach, Brian Gergen, lined up for interviews today. And it's an honor and privilege to be with the head coach of the Bay Area Dragons, none other than Brian Gergen. We all know that he is the best coach in probably this region, and he brought Australia to its first Olympic medal in the Tokyo Games, a bronze medal for Australia, the first for the Australian men's basketball team. Brian Gergen, welcome to the Philippines. And how are you enjoying your stay? You've been here now for over 2 weeks.
Well, first, I don't know about all that best coach. I had a very, very talented team, and it was in a very exciting time. But I've been, so blessed to have these travels. Going from America as a college player and spending a lot of my time in Australia as a player and as a coach, and then getting the opportunity after the Beijing Olympics to go to China and spend a lot of time in Japan with the Japan national team. And now I've always had and heard so much about Filipino basketball, going back to the days of Ron Jacobs, who's an assistant coach. My dad was an assistant coach for Ron, Mark Dickel, Tab Baldwin, all these guys I know and hear about Filipino basketball. So the opportunity to come here and now actually be here is a really exciting situation for myself.
Brian, the Dragons will be playing not only in the PBA second conference, but also in the EASL inaugural season. How do you think you can manage the schedule with a lot of the games coming up for the Dragons?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of tough things. The toughest thing was starting number one, putting the team together. But the most exciting thing to me was the initial idea of this concept. Being the national coach for Australia and understanding this region, the Asia Pacific, Australia, New Zealand, just the opportunity like they do in Europe for a competition to be international, where the Philippines play against Korea, play against Japan, play against China, hopefully down the road against Australia, against New Zealand, and also have their domestic competition. And I believe that this format is going to help all these teams in this region do what the Boomers did and go on and compete for medals. And I think, the PBA, the NBL, these leagues, the reason they're there is to improve their domestic competition so the national team can get a medal. And there's this country, what you feel is the love of basketball. I've been in an area like Australia where it's the third or the fourth tier sport. You got rugby league, you got rugby union, you got Australian rules football, cricket. Here you come into this 100 million people and they love basketball. So I can't tell you, I know there's obstacles, and you'll bring the obstacles, the travel, the schedule, putting together the team on an initial thing like this, there's going to be obstacles. But the vision of this is so exciting. And now, we've had 2 games against Blackwater. The competition for us and the growth of these young guys being housed here, playing in a foreign competition, the different style of play, the competitiveness, you can just feel the growth and the excitement in the team.
Well, Brian, you've come at a very opportune time in Philippine basketball history because you've been able to monitor the games of the PBA in the semifinals. You've seen 4 crack teams duking it out, slugging it out for the opportunity to play in the finals and also for the opportunity to play in the EASL. How do you size up the kind of competition, the level of play in the PBA from what you've observed with our national team in the past?
It's shocking to me. I was coming into this, you always look at the national program and say, those are the best players in the competition, so this is what the competition will be like. And so when I saw that Final Four, sat down for the first time and watched talking heads, watched the guard play in this thing, the athleticism and the depth of talent. And guys, the Filipinos out of Riverside, Cal State Northridge, Loyola. I mean, 7, 8 guys on each team. You look at, for the EASL, the top 2 teams, and they'll have an import to that. And you look at, and again, I've come from the NBL, which they say is the second or third top competition outside of the NBA. And I'll tell you, those 4 teams that I'm watching right now can play with any team in the NBL at any time. They're at that level. So it sends fear through me. It's much better than what I thought, because the national team, a lot of those guys don't play on the national team. So it's my best players when we go to an Olympic Games, or we go to a World Games, or China when I was with Team China. The best players are all there, so you see them. In the Philippines, it's not the case. There's a lot of surprise packages on those teams. So for me, this is much more of a challenge than I anticipated, a higher level of domestic basketball than I anticipated, but it's also got the passion and the strengths of the Filipino basketball, where the game's spread, it's played at a good pace, and there's that toughness and emotion that I think not only in the stand on the court, but it's also in the stands. Even a game like this, there's passion, and that's why we're all involved in the game. And again, you can tell by how I am. I'm excited about the whole proposition.
Of course, Brian, you touched on a very sensitive topic. You mentioned that some of the best players in the country are not being represented in the national team. How do you think that can be solved from a national team point of view?
Well, I think I'm starting to get in a box where it's not my expertise. I'm coming into something new, and there's a respect. I've come here to learn, but I can tell you what I see. And I know, being the national coach of Australia, one of the big assignments for me is getting Patty Mills, getting Joe Ingles, getting Aaron Baines, getting those guys to commit to the national program. And it hasn't been easy, but that's been a goal of mine with our national team, in order to medal. We needed to get the best players to play, and we've worked at that. I'm walking into something that's not my expertise. All I know is I'm involved in the EASL, and we're playing the top 2 teams out of this competition, and it's a wonderful teams, really well coached, strong basketball, and exciting.
Well, fair enough. Now, tell us, Filipino fans, what can they expect from the Dragons, not only in the PBA, but also in the EASL? Are you going to be a running team? Are you going to be a defense-oriented team? Are you going to be a power-playing team?
Well, I think, what they're saying about us when we come in here is that we are big. So I've got a size factor, and the other, because of the CBA and getting players in this first year out of the CBA, a lot of the established ones didn't come. They want to see what this is first. So we've got a lot of young guys that haven't gotten a lot of opportunity or haven't made their mark yet in the CBA. So with this, they see opportunity and a great place to fulfill their dreams. So with that comes youth. With youth, hopefully there's an energy and an athleticism about them that we can get up and down the floor. When I look at the Filipino teams, a lot of those guys are 35, 34, 36, experienced, strong, and really good in the half court. So I think we're going to have to use our size as far as, defense and switching and testing. And when we get the opportunity, we're going to want to really run the ball. And with this young team, I'm going to want to play bodies and move bodies. So this first year, we do want to play an exciting brand. We've got youth, we want to get up and down, and we want to play off our defense.
Well, my final question is, Andrew Nicholson, how good is he? He's an NBA player. We've got the PBA second conference with 6-10 imports, but Andrew Nicholson is certainly a class in his own.
We're really excited about him, not only from the playing side. He's our eldest player, he's our one experienced player, and he's one that they can go to in a game and depend on. He's multi-skilled. He's played overseas a lot, not only in the NBA, but he's established himself in China. He's a very versatile player, and he's kind of a coach on the court. So he was an integral part in this process, and we're really excited. He arrived today, and we're really excited. Hopefully we get a few more of these practice games in and get him comfortable before it all starts.
Well, we're all excited to watch the Bay Area Dragons in the PBA, and don't forget the AASL inaugural season. Thank you very much, Coach Juan.
Thank you.
And right now we're here with Andrew Nicholson, fresh out of the plane. He just arrived in Manila a few hours ago. We all know that he's with the Bay Area Dragons. He's going to be their 6th import in the PBA second conference, as well as in the EASL inaugural season. He's a 5-year NBA veteran, played for Orlando, played for Washington, played for Brooklyn, and we're excited to be here with him right now. Andrew Nicholson, right here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's always good to come back to Manila. I've been here many times. Really love the city. Just watched the game the team we just played. Really excited how the season's going to be, and just ready to be a part of it.
Andrew, we understand that when you've come here, you didn't play basketball. You were here on vacation. Tell us about your trips to Manila and how this trip is going to be different because you're going to be playing ball.
Yeah, in the past I came for vacation. I went to Boracay, I went to El Nido and Palawan, and went to Makati, Manila. So it was just during my break when I was playing in the CBA. But now that I'm here for basketball, there for an extended period of time, I'm looking forward to just embracing the country.
Well, we follow your career. In college, you went to St. Bonaventure. That's where Bob Lanier came from. That's also where Matthew Wright came from. Do you have a relationship with Matthew Wright? I mean, do you know him?
Yeah. Matthew and I played on Bonaventure for 2 years. So we're both from Canada, and I know he's played here in the PBA as well too. So I'm just excited to be here.
Well, Andrew, in the PBA, you're going to be ranged against some top quality imports. Quincy Miller is going to come, and Justin Brownlee is going to be playing for Barangay Ginebra, and Cameron Pruitt is already in town. So a lot of big guys are going to be playing. How do you size up the competition in the PBA coming up?
I'm just looking forward to just playing the game, and I'm excited how our team's going to do this season. Looking forward to getting to know the league, getting to know my teammates as well.
Andrew, you're going to be playing both in the PBA simultaneously in the EASL. How will you manage that kind of schedule?
I mean, I've done it in the past before, playing 82 game seasons, so it's just all about, time management, rest management, and just being able to,
Now, Little Bird told me that you have a strong Filipino following back in Canada. We understand that you're a part owner of some Max restaurants and you're familiar with Filipino food. Tell us about your relationship with Filipinos back in Canada.
Yeah, back home, so I own 2 Filipino restaurants. Max's is one of them, and another one is Crane Express. We do a lot of Filipino desserts like ube cookies, halo, a lot of various desserts that we're getting out right now. We also are a distributor of Tanduay up in Toronto, so just being able to have those has enabled me to learn more about the Filipino culture a lot.
That's amazing. You're probably a lot more Filipino than many Filipinos over here, knowing about your Filipino food and your Filipino friends. Now that you're going to be playing in the PBA and everyone's excited to watch you, of course, an NBA player, what can you tell? What can you tell your Filipino fans? What can they expect from your game, and what can they expect from the Bay Area Dragons?
Just expect us to come out every night, play hard, play together, and we're just going to do what we can to get the win.
Well, thanks very much. That was Andrew Nicholson for you. And maybe a final message for your Filipino fans out there. Maybe you can invite them to watch the PBA second conference as well as the EASL inaugural season.
Yeah, come watch and support us in the second conference. Looking forward to being part of this new league and just being in this country.
All right, thank you very much, Andrew Nicholson. And we're excited to talk to Duncan Reid, who's with the Bay Area Dragons. Duncan, it's not your first time in Manila. Tell us about your past experiences in this country.
I was here with the Hong Kong national team for FIBA Asia in 2013. It was an amazing experience. The fans were so great. The whole tournament was awesome. The Hong Kong team played really well. We had a really tough battle with Gilas, but it was an amazing experience. I'm really excited to be back in Manila.
Duncan, you guys have been here over 2 weeks. And it looks like you're going to be staying in Manila for about 240 days.
Yes.
This is going to be your base.
Yes.
How does it feel to be away from home and to be staying in the Philippines for such a long period of time?
First of all, it's very tough. I miss my wife at home, but besides that, Manila's been awesome. The hotel, everyone around, this whole area, they've been really welcoming to us, and we're really excited. I'm really lucky. You know, I've played in other places overseas, but this is definitely one of my favorite experiences so far.
Well, Duncan, the Bay Area Dragons will not only play in the EASL inaugural season, but also in the PBA second conference. You know the competition level in the PBA, it's going to be tough. There will be 6-10 imports. How are you getting prepared for the big battles ahead?
We're training very hard right now. Our strength coach, Francesco, is working really hard, and also our coaching staff is putting us through our paces, but we're doing everything we can to play as a team. You know, those 6'10 imports are so talented. It's not one guy who can stop them, especially me, but through a team, when we play defense like we can, I feel like we can be very successful.
Well, we know, Duncan, that you've been following Philippine basketball for a long time.
Yes, I have.
Okay, now, I'm sure you have some favorite players from
Yes.
the PBA, maybe favorite teams. Can you share who some of those players are and what your favorite teams are?
So I might be a little dated, but you know, I love Jimmy Alapag, even though he's retired and coaching now. Greg Slaughter, Gabe Norwood, a lot of these guys I've played against internationally. You know, I really respect their games. Even June Mars, not someone I've played much against, but you know, he's the best. So those couple guys, Greg, Gabe, Junmar, all of those guys, we watch them, we respect them. You know, I'm really excited to get a chance to play against them.
A lot of the fans are expecting a lot from the Dragons, but from your own personal perspective, what can fans expect from the Dragons, the kind of chemistry that you have, and the kind of balance that Coach Brian Gergen wants to create with your team?
You know, it's gonna be a very unique blend of some mainland talent, but also some international talent. We're gonna play fast, we're gonna move the ball, we're gonna be an exciting team. You know, I truly believe that we are gonna keep up with the fast pace of the PBA, but also we'll be playing free-flowing, but also a very aggressive style of basketball. We hope that the fans can enjoy it and that we can have a very good, guest season within the PBA.
Well, Duncan, if you can invite the viewers, the fans out there to watch the Dragons, to watch the PBA second conference, and of course to watch the EASL when that season opens on October 12th.
So, of course, please, everybody, all the fans, please support the Bay Area Dragons. Please support us with the EASL and also in the PBA season that starts on October 12th. Please support us. Thank you so much, guys.
Just one final thing, Duncan. A lot of Chinese fans are out there rooting for the Dragons. If you want to greet them in Mandarin, it'll be awesome.
大家好，谢谢你们关注我们。我们今年会努力，希望我们今年的 results 可以做得非常好。
Thank you very much. That was Duncan Reid.
Okay. The new Allen Iverson of the Philadelphia 76ers, that's who's here in Manila, Myles Powell. Welcome to the Philippines. You've been here, what, 2 weeks? How's it been so far?
It's been great. The team's getting along well. I love the coaching staff. We live in this beautiful building, so I mean, I couldn't ask for more.
All right, so you played with the New York Knicks, you also played with Philadelphia, with GDP. You just came from the
Summer League.
Summer League. What kind of basketball are you eager to show this country as you play for the Bay Area?
Just my talents that I have, how well I can score the ball. I come from a winning environment. I know how to win. I'm very competitive, and I'm a team player. So hopefully I can bring a championship to this new Bay Area Dragons team.
So mostly Asians in the team, of course. How different is it playing with how different is it in terms of basketball?
I mean, it's different, but like I said, we were a good group. Jimmy's doing a good job of being a translator, our assistant coach. So, I mean, it hasn't really been, and some of them speak English as well, too. So, I mean, like I said, everybody's cooperative. Everybody wants to do better. Everyone wants to play well. Everybody wants to win. So when you're around a good group of guys like that, it kind of makes everything easier.
Okay, so today's game against the Blackwater team, it's the second time that you play them. They did a little better the second time. What can you say about the Blackwater team?
They play hard. One thing that they're going to do, come out here and play hard. They play hard both games. They're very well coached, and they have good players. So that was my first time seeing the team play in the PBA. So it was just setting the tone, and I'm very excited, looking forward to it.
Are you familiar? Do you know any other players in the PBA? Do you know anything about?
Only one I know is Chris. He's in the semifinals, I think, right now. I met him. We was out getting something to eat and stuff. He was a really cool guy. I mean, he's been in the league for quite a while. He's won MVPs. He won Defensive Player of the Year and stuff. So it was good to pick his brain and see and I'm like I said, I'm excited to get out there and play.
And playing in the EASL, I mean, what do you think of this brand new thing, your team? You have so much energy. I can see it's super physical on the court.
Yeah, I mean,
you have a diversity of players at all times, right?
Yeah, we all excited. Like I said, everything that I've been seeing on social media, the fans, and how popular basketball is out here, I just can't wait to get out there and play in front of the fans.
Anything Filipino that you've learned, tried, or want to try?
Not yet, but it is some things on the list that my teammates been trying to get me to eat different foods and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm learning. I'm going to get, before I go back, I want to learn some words. So, next time you interview me, I'll be able to have a conversation with you in different languages.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah,
and thanks for being here. We're excited to watch you on the court in competition. Liu Chuanxing is 7'5". He plays for the Bay Area Dragons. Welcome to the Philippines.
欢迎，很荣幸能够采访你，欢迎你来到我们这里边。
Very impressed with your game. Can you tell us how is he enjoying his time so far with the Bay Area Dragons?
你能介绍一下你到目前为止加盟了湾区翼龙这支球队之后的感受吗？
因为我们也是近期刚刚集合这个球队，我们这个球队是一个很团结、很有目标的一支球队吧。然后最近也是在积极的备战这个联赛。
We are a brand new team and we are a very united team. We have a common target, a common goal, and right now it's in our pre-season. We are getting our squad together and trying to put the chemistry together.
Yes, and so far you've had 2 practice games against Blackwater. What can you say about this PBA team that you will be facing in the upcoming conference?
那么到目前为止呢，我们已经和黑水队打了2场的教学比赛了。你觉得对这支球队的印象怎么样？那么因为我们在常规赛里边也会遇到他们。
首先啊，我们也是这2场比赛也是我们刚刚到这边的2场的其中的前2场的热身赛嘛，然后也是我们的一个开始。然后这2场球队打下来之后，经过这2场比赛吧。然后也是看到对手这个球队也是菲律宾当地的特点也是很突出，很快嘛，打得很快，然后各种转换的速率啊，包括防守都很强硬啊，这个都很快。
Yeah, these 2 games are very important to us because these are the very first 2 games for our team, even if it's just a tune-up game. And help us get a taste of the league. And now after playing against the Blackwater, we found out the league is very competitive, very physical, and they have very strong characteristics, playing very fast tempo basketball.
So playing in Australia, you played for the Brisbane team in Australia, right? Before coming here, how was your experience there? Your basketball there? How tough was it playing in the NBL? And then how tough do you think it's going to be here? First in the PBA and then later in the EASL.
那么去年您是在澳大利亚的 NBL 打球的，是在布里斯班子弹队的。那一段的经历是怎么样的？这个联赛是怎么样的一种感受？那么今年你觉得你会有怎么样一个转换？比如说今年我们要在 PBA 联赛打，包括后面还要参加中超联赛，你觉得会有怎么样一个转变？
首先澳大利亚篮球今年大家都能看到，也是一个很在一个强对抗，也是很高的效率之下的一个篮球氛围吧。然后也是在今年那个团队也是非常的不错。然后但是我们今年到了一个我也是新到了一个新的团队，然后也是开始适应一个新的联赛吧，属于新的都是每个地方都是一个新的打法。然后也是后边需要我们循序渐进去跟进去适应这种比赛。
Yeah, as we all can witness with our own eyes, the Australian basketball in these years made a great progress. We are now at the top level in the world. And I was on a very good team. And now I'm joining a new team, a new environment, a new league, a totally different style of basketball. I'm learning, we're learning. We're trying to figure out how to play in this league.
So as a big man, what advice can you give to other big men about how you play that can maybe help others?
I'm sorry.
What do you try as a big player? Like what does he try to do for himself to improve his basketball that maybe can help others also the big guys?
那么，如果作为一个中锋内线球员，你自己如果 想要给其他的内线球员一些建议的话，你会怎么说？比如说你是怎么样提高你自己的技术的，然后在团队里面你是怎么样发挥自己的角色的？
还是首先要加强自己的训练嘛，然后还是也是到了一个新的团队之后，也是听从于主教练的，根据教练的意图去做取任何东西，然后也是积极的融入团队嘛。
First of all, is the work ethic has to be there. You know, work hard on the court and in the weight room. Secondly, most importantly, is listen to the coaches. Listen to the coaches' structure, the philosophy, and what role I need to be. So just be part of the team.
And finally, how do you like it in the Philippines? Is there anything special that you like here that you've experienced? You've been here now a while. You're training here. You're living here. What can you say about this country?
到目前为止，我们已经在菲律宾有大概2周多的时间了。那现在你觉得你最喜欢关于菲律宾的事情？因为你在这里训练和生活，你最喜欢的是什么？
菲律宾这个城市是一个之前就听说过这个国家是非常不错的。然后包括现在现在这个季节也是，我们也是刚来到，也是这个季节也是非常适合来旅游啊，这个环境空气各项环境都非常的不错。然后我们也是在这里训练，最近也是给我们提供了也是非常好的条件嘛，然后我们也是希望能够用更好的训练啊，包括更好的比赛来回馈这个菲律宾的国家的球迷。
I had heard a lot of great things about Philippines. You know, this time of the year we come here, the weather is good. The season is a good time for tourism, and the environment here is great. The living condition, the training facilities, everything is so great. So for us, what we can do is work hard and perform better in the game so we can reward the fans.
We're very excited to watch you play in the PBA conference. So good luck.
我很兴奋，
Enjoy your time here.
我很兴奋，也很期待的看你们在 PBA 的这个比赛里面的表现。谢谢你。
All right, Quinito, so I gotta ask you, them playing, the Bay Area Dragons playing in the PBA conference, how much excitement is this going to bring? How do you think they're going to match up against our professional basketball?
Oh, I think they're going to be very competitive, Diane, especially since there have only been 2 guest teams to win a championship in the PBA. The last one was in 1985. So this is going to be a big revelation whether the Dragons can be the 3rd guest team to win a championship in the PBA, and it could happen in the Commissioner's Cup.
Well, whoever wins, I'm sure na panalo the fans because from the brand of basketball that they play and the brand of basketball of our pro players, for sure there are going to be some super exciting games. So watch out for them, the Bay Area Dragons playing in the PBA and of course in the EASL coming soon in October.
And don't forget, like and subscribe and hit that bell button anytime you want to get notified on our latest videos, our latest episodes, and latest insights.
And don't forget to check out playItRight.com. They have lots of super quality sports products, fitness products, great prices. Check them out, playItRight.com.